Good morning. On my website, I went ahead and I canceled the show, but if people show up today, that'll be fine. I didn't know if I would be able to make it. I have a counterpart, and she is not feeling 100% today, so it will be just me. So welcome, welcome if you're here. If you have a query or a question that you would like to ask, go ahead and pop it in the comments. Say hi so I know you're here, if you're here. And then I'm pulling from two decks today. I'm pulling from my Mystic Monday deck, which is one of my favorite decks. There's this one. Okay, and it's a pretty divine feminine deck to where like most of the aspects are female related. Very divine feminine. I like it a lot. Lots of great information in it. And then I'm also pulling from the fairy deck. So the fairy deck looks like this. So if you would like a card, let me know. So I think what I want to do is let's see. I'll do a collective read. Oh, nice. Ace of Wands. That makes sense. That's what's coming up. Ace of Wands. This is our week ahead, and they're telling me this is from Sunday moving forward. Ooh. Wow. How interesting. Oh, it's making me like feel weepy, very emotional, these cards that I just pulled. And I haven't really got into them. Wow. Interesting. Goodness. Well, let's see what Spirit has to say this morning. All right. Woo. That was something right there. Okay, great. Woo. All right. So I got the Ace of Wands, the Princess of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Goodness. We're being divinely guided. Like divinely guided. And some of us who are resistant to that are having difficult times. We're getting caught up in our emotions and our thoughts. And a lot of what you're experiencing right now can be alleviated by trusting your values and being in alignment with who you are and helping others. That's like really big right now. I'm just settling into the energy of the cards that I pulled for the collective. Today, Laura won't be joining me. However, if you're joining me and you want to say hi and you want a card or so, I'll go ahead and I'll pull it for you. This is a collective read for the week coming up, and today is the 12th. So from the 13th until the 20th, right? Okay. Cool. All right. So I pulled 3 cards, and then I also have a different deck. So if you want a question, like if you have a question, you're more than welcome to pop it in the comments right there. And then I will be happy to pull a card and give you like whatever Spirit has for you. My counterpart, Laura, today won't be joining us. However, maybe next week, so we'll see how that is. She's not feeling well. I did pull a collective read while I was waiting. And so here is the first card. So the first card, when I pulled these cards, it got very emotional for me. All right. And the reason it got emotional was because they're impactful. Anytime I pull cards, they're going to move things toward a certain direction that you're asking about. Okay. So in the collective, what we're doing is we're asking about change. How do we navigate this change? What is this change? So it's very initiate energy. So it's masculine energy to institute the change, right? Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands also, it designates new beginnings. So it's a new beginning right now. As soon as I pulled the card, Saturn popped in, and Saturn is getting ready to move into Aries. And so that's what this is in reference to. And we've been feeling kind of underwater for a little bit, and maybe not being able to sleep at night and things like that. And that's about to change on the 15th. And with that, we're going to be feeling and thinking with different energetic understandings and meanings. It's like we're going to go through a cycle of these emotions, and the emotions are necessary because we have to navigate them. We have to navigate them because we're being like pulled into our body literally by gravity. And so because of that, we're going to notice if we have aches and pains, if we have heartache, if we have mourning, if we have grief, if we have any of that that we haven't processed yet, we're going to notice it. That's going to trigger us into other behaviors if we don't like clear it out, right? And recognize that it's just us wanting to be heard by us, right? So the Ace of Wands is more in preparation of what's to come, like what kind of passionate action, what inspired action are you leaning into that's going to support you physically, mentally, and emotionally. And that's really what that Ace of Wands is. The next one that I got was Princess of Pentacles. So the Princess of Pentacles is money. It's about it's about material wealth. It's about Venus, a lot about Venus. And this is a message card, basically. And you can see that she has like a gift in her hand that she is putting toward something, right? And you can see the sun coming up in the background. So a new day, a new dawn, that kind of matches and goes along with this brand new, fresh start, okay? And this shows you that there is support toward that. So where you might have stagnant energy is how you used to spend your money. And now maybe you're not spending your money the same way that you used to. You're reinvesting it more toward yourself, your family, your community. And that's what's supposed to happen. Okay. The reason is because you're building what's important to you now. What matters to your body, mind, spirit. Everybody is in that energy right now. The divine feminine woke up. When the divine feminine woke up, everybody went, oh, my feelings do matter. My feelings do matter. They tell me all kinds of information. And that's your intuition. Your feelings and emotions and your spirituality and your beliefs, that's your intuition. Your common sense, that's your intuition. That's your divine feminine nature. Everybody has that. Okay. How you feel about things. Feelings are facts, just like thoughts are facts. All of it's fucking made up. It's perception. All right. Okay. Now, keeping in mind that that's kind of like what the trajectory is of the reading. So it's about moving forward. It's about inspired action. It's about being divinely guided and really listening to yourself, nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself. Pentacles are about home and hearth. So it's about family. So Jupiter in expansion, right? In Cancer. So we're all in that higher consciousness, what really matters, spirituality question. Okay. And then the third card that I pulled for the collective for the week ended up being a spiritual lesson. So the spiritual lesson is the Hierophant. Oh, okay. So they said that we'll probably get a little bit more ease toward Taurus season. Well, that just means Aries that's coming around the corner is going to be pretty fiery. All right. So I would say, because the Hierophant looks like this on this particular deck, okay? So it's the all-seeing eye with the pyramid, which is actually half of a cube, all right? That quadrilateral triangle is like half of a cube. So it's sacred geometry. All of it's pieces of sacred geometry showing you that there are patterns at work for your greatest good, okay? The information that you put on the pattern is how the pattern will work for you. So the more divinely guided information you put on the pattern, the better you're going to align and feel with what's to come. And we're in that spiritual lesson of choice. Lots and lots and lots of choice. We're overwhelmed because we're being saturated with many, many different pieces of information, and trying to just focus in one direction is no longer the norm, right? There's no more blinders. Everything is open. And now we need to make some decisions as to how we want to move forward, right? And we're learning how to care for our hearts, care for us. And as you care for yourself and you find out what's important to you, right? Who you love, what you love, and how you love, right? When you find out what's important to you, okay, it allows you to move with care and into community. And supporting community right now is really, really important. Okay. And I have a lovely comment down there that says, nut job, 100%. This is called disassociation in behavioral sciences, okay? And it's a channeling in metaphysics. Nut job everywhere on the street, but you're accurate, so thank you. All right, so here's the card. It never bothers me anymore. It used to bother me, but I don't care. That's just an opinion, and you're entitled to it, just like me. I'm entitled to my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, you can keep on moving. Okay. So I would say that for this next week, when I'm using this as guidance, that it's letting me know that what I could do is find my inner alignment and what matters to me. And then I can go from there to make those forward choices to allow my life to be the way that I would like. There's hardship. There's always hardship. Hardship takes great faith. And that's what this particular card is about. It's a 5. So it means like chaos and confusion and conflict. And it also represents great faith. So if you lean into great faith about like if people tune in to more of what they would like instead of paying attention to what they don't like, the vibration changes because you're offering a different bit of frequency to consciousness. As you offer a bit of frequency to consciousness that's changed, it opens opportunity for others who were in that vibration. Sometimes we feel like this is the only way that this can work, okay? And that's a very limited belief system. And we're being shown that that's not always the case. And then moving forward, right? So a lighter message for the week ahead would be spring. Ooh, so that's going to be 320. Nice. Your desires fully manifest as the flowers begin to bloom. So that's only 5 days. So 28, 33 days after Saturn moves into Aries. So that's pretty cool. All right. So that's our week ahead. Now I noticed that Bernadette has Bernadette has a question, so I'm going to pop that up here. All right. And I noticed that let me go through and see everybody who said hi, just to let you know. Okay. So hi. Okay. Hi. 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 Hi several times. Okay. Hi. Nut job. That's what I was talking about. Absolutely. Thank you very much. And then now we're here at Bernadette. Okay, great. Well, I have like this phrase going around in my head right now, and it's such a great phrase. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has at least one. That's fine. It'll be all right. Okay, let's see. Yeah, as soon as you, yes, but you're getting messages and they're telling me that, okay, I'm sorry. I'm having a conversation in my head and I don't have the, the prompt there. So here we are. Okay. An indigenous elder with the birds in the sky meeting. Well, what's actually happening for you that you're experiencing is you're coming into an understanding of as above, so below, that all of it's the same. So it isn't a meeting of the birds in the sky and everything. You're just seeing it as there's no separation, and you're creating confusion because you've always practiced separation. So how would you like for it to be? Maybe it's all that is, because that's what it feels like. It feels like all that is. It's very divinely guided. There's a lot of ancestry standing around you, encouraging you to reach for the sky, right? Because that's what it is. It's to reach for the sky, to go into your sensic value, like how you feel, and pour it into, but you're already doing that. And then allowing what you pour into it to be the right and righteous, because there's a lot of rage, and the rage is accurate, and it's healthy. It's a healthy way for you to let go of the rage, but to also have it be seen. All right. And the sky is tumultuous. All right. This is what I'm seeing and saying. Okay. The sky is tumultuous, and the sky is telling your story. So it's like Father Sky is telling your story, right? Or the planet Uranus is telling your story. And in that, it's showing you like all the disruptions and distortions and the distress of like what ancestry has been through, and what they have held, and how much they have created resilience and overcome. And so it's a really beautiful painting. And all I'm really seeing is like basically a really clear sky, all right? But there's all this energy, this impactful energy, and you can feel it when you look at the art. And wow, they feel honored. They feel deeply honored that you've captured their essence. And there is this beauty of your representation, and they want to encourage you to know that your representation is important. It's not just about them. You are that history. And that's like, they want you to know that you are that history. You are that resilience. You are that beauty. Wow. I'm getting all emotional because there's so much love coming through from your ancestry. Right now, they just sat down. And they're around like probably a warming hub is what it feels like. So maybe a fire, but it's about community. And they're showing me that it might be time for you to build community and reach out to people who are like-minded. And there's ways that that you do nature that other people don't, and you could share that. You could share that earth quality with others, and that's what they're showing me. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see. Great. Perfect. Pop your YouTube channel down here so that way we can like follow you. Okay. All right. And then, wow, so cool. I feel the emotions too, right? Yes. Cool. That's awesome. Put your little thing down there so people can follow you. All right. Okay. So I'm going to pull a card for your lovely little art. Okay. Today is usually Oracle card day. So we're going to pull Oracle cards. That was beautiful. Thank you for letting me sit with your elders. I feel very blessed and favored, highly favored. What you may be feeling right now, right? Or sensing right now is like this, you're good. Everything's okay. It's really beautiful. Okay. You're going in the right direction. Everything is fine. Okay. Birthday. So I don't know if it is your birthday, but it's celebratory energy that's coming through. So solar return energy. It's like your energy is returning to you and you're feeling this renewal. You're feeling a renewal and a zeal and zest for life. And in that, that's a little bit different because you're not really sure how to navigate it. You're not sure how to navigate it because it's not been that way for a very long time. All right. So it says a significant birthday holds the answer to your question. All right. So let's see what your question was. Okay. February 26th is my birthday. Ah! Pisces. All right. So here's your birthday. Happy birthday, girl. All right. And I would say that what you've been wondering about more is whether or not it's a level of acceptance question. Okay. And it really is putting it out there for yourself. All right. The Unleashing Potentials podcast. I love that. You're very welcome, Bernadette. That was really good, huh? Yeah, I was having a great time. Okay. Yeah, I never know what to do when the cards come up and they're so exact, other than just laugh and say, wow, that was kind of cool. So if anybody else has a question or would like an oracle card, I'm more than happy to pull that for you today. If you want a message, let me know. And then I have like 3 more minutes, okay? And then I'm going to get going with the day. You're very welcome. I'm glad that gave you a boost. It should. Every time, every encounter that we have together, my desire is that all of us leave feeling lighter and happier, and that we have a sense of community, knowing that we're not alone, knowing that we're not walking and working alone, and that it's more alongside than anything else. And there's a lot of simple things that we can do. Yeah, well, all of us doubt ourselves. All of us doubt ourselves. We doubt ourselves because we're in the midst of change. And because we're in the midst of change, we don't know what the unknown looks like because we've never been there before in our physical, mental, and spiritual body in this incarnation. So even though we might have memory from past lives or past experiences or other dimensional spaces or outer spaces, right? It still leaves us to navigate in this form, in this way, with this consciousness that we're choosing to practice. So we're going to doubt ourselves because doubt is instilled through change because it's painful. Doubt's painful. And that's a great motivator. So that's going to motivate us into different evolutions of who we are. And that's like our expansion. It's how we learn to be us, right? Learn to be who we are. And there's like a lot of practices that tell you that you're not enough right from the beginning and that you have to effort to be able to get to where you're acceptable. And if you let go of other people's opinions and thoughts and practices, you can create your own. When you create your own, you can instill goodness. You can instill enough because everybody is working for this magic quota of enough, but nobody can define what enough is. Once you define what enough is, you always have it. You always have it. So the idea is to speak in terms that are gentle with yourself, that are supportive to what you would like to accomplish, and allow yourself to know that it's a process. It's a process. Everything's a process. And when we're having a day and things are not turning out the way that we think they should, and we think that our mind and our heart are in 2 different directions, really they're not. We're practicing a single message, right? And that single message is usually a recognition of what we're experiencing. And it's a thought and a feeling, and they create frequencies and it perpetuates it. So it continues to create the cycle until you stop thinking the same way. until you stop feeling the same way. If you're feeling the same way and you're thinking the same way in the same situation, the physical situation, it's going to be the same. If you start to think in a different way, give yourself more options, more perception, more ease, more, well, maybe it could be this, maybe it could be that, maybe it could be this, until you allow it to move outside of your conscious space, right? I don't like how inadequate the description is. That's why I'm searching. If you allow your focus to fall away from where you were and into something else, you literally are changing your vibrational choice and selection. So if you're feeling, what's a good one? What's a good one that everybody could relate to? If you're feeling sadness because maybe you've been scrolling and there are some things that you've been looking at that cause you grief. The grief that you're feeling is twofold. You're feeling the grief from the author who has created whatever it is that you've looked at, okay? And it's also triggering, mirroring, reflecting to you that you still have grief that's unprocessed internally. And that's going to be in your mind, it's going to be in your heart, and it's literally going to be in your physical field. So diet, exercise, hydration, all key. Those are all physical aspects of how you can support yourself. Meditation, that allows you to quiet the mind and the heart and slow your nervous system down, which is giving you all of the electrical impulses of information. All right. And you need to slow everything down. So you just think to yourself, I want everything to slow down. And it really will, because you're slowing it down for yourself. All right. You really are the master of your universe and your experience. Okay. Well, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for spending time with me. And I'll see you Saturday at 11:30. That'll be our next show. All right. Have a great day, guys.